new report says this year alone, more than 30 Planned Parenthood facilities have announced their closing. An article in National Review Online says the 33 closures are in a wide range of states. This includes 6 abortion facilities closing in California, plus 4 in Michigan and 3 in Texas, including a so-called mega center in Houston. In their 2009-2010 annual report, Planned Parenthood said they had 840 facilities. According to their most recent numbers from 2023, that number is now around 600. For more, we turn to a panel of experts. Michael New, assistant professor of practice at the Bush School of Business at the Catholic University of America and a senior associate scholar at the Charlotte Lozier Institute. And we're also joined by Kelsey Pritchard, director of state public affairs at SBA Pro-Life America. It's great to have both of you on. Michael, I'll start with you. The 30 Planned Parenthood facilities that announced their closing, put this into context for us. Is this the most we've seen in a year in recent memory?
It's certainly the most we've seen in like a 6-month time span. I mean, the main thing driving the closures is the fact that we succeeded getting Planned Parenthood funding. President Trump signed a budget that cut federal funding for Planned Parenthood. They're going to lose about $500 million in terms of federal funding. That's about 25% of their budget. So it's really no surprise that all these facilities are closing.
Now, Kelsey, talk about this from a political perspective. SBA has some serious efforts at the state level. What does this mean for the fight for the unborn?
I mean, this is really the hugest pro-life victory since the Dobbs decision. We have a judge, an activist judge, that is holding up this defunding measure from taking effect, and yet at the same time, we still have these Planned Parenthoods that are shutting, more than 30 of them. And Planned Parenthood themselves say that up to 200 of their facilities could close in this country. So this is huge. It's a huge win for the unborn, a huge win against the crooked abortion industry that takes lives and harms women.
Now, Michael, give us some context on the reasons for the closures. What's happening here? What's creating this environment?
Well, again, one thing I've always said is that, big abortion needs big government. And Planned Parenthood consistently gets almost about 40% of the revenue from various governments and about 25% from the federal government. So they get a lot of Medicaid money. Again, the budget that President Trump signed cuts that off. There is some legal action underway, but I'm confident pro-lifers will prevail. And I think they realize that too. I mean, the reason why they're closing these clinics is because they know the federal funding is going to dry up at some point. The judge may have delayed that, but I think in the long run they'll lose funding, and that really explains why they're closing down these clinics.
They just can't afford to keep them open. Well, Kelsey, abortion advocates say the closures are not a big deal because so many women are relying on telehealth and medical abortions in the mail. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, it's clear that Planned Parenthood has plans to shift their business model. And of course, this is a big concern with the way that mail order abortion happens in this country, with how a woman doesn't even have to see a doctor anymore. And she can be mailed abortion pills through these blue states that have shield laws that protect these abortion pill mills over the women and girls who are being harmed in other states and unborn children who are being killed. So yes, there's a concern. This is a step in the pro-life movement. We're not even close to done with our work. And so we all need to continue in the way that God is calling each of us to continue the fight for life and the fight for women in this country.
Now, Michael, we're following another pro-life story. Kristen Hawkins from Students for Life of America is calling for the immediate removal of the Senate parliamentarian. This comes after the unelected official pushed against the efforts to remove taxpayer funding from Planned Parenthood. You just mentioned the impact of that funding. Is this possible? Can the Senate parliamentarian be removed?
Sure. I mean, the parliamentarian serves at the pleasure of the Senate. We're not entirely sure what happened, but the original plan was to defund Planned Parenthood for 10 years. We think it was a ruling of the parliamentarian that limited that defunding for only 1 year. And that is an important pro-life victory. I mean, we've never succeeded in defunding Planned Parenthood at the federal level before. So it is a win. But again, the parliamentarian serves at the pleasure of the Senate. She can be removed.
Well, it's something that we'll be watching closely. Michael and Kelsey, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.